Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. In this video we are hiking to the Exit Glacier on the Harding Icefield Trail in the Kenai Fjords National Park in Seward, Alaska. You see this on the map. If you camp at the KOA in Seward, Alaska, you could actually hike right from there to the Glacier Exit Nature Center, where the trail to the glacier and Harding Icefield starts. However, you can also drive there and park at the Glacier Nature Center as we did. We found some parking, and as we check out this glacier hike, and perhaps you would like some extra info about glaciers, maybe check out my Alaska Day 10 video where we visited a glacier with a catamaran tour and answered some common questions about glaciers. From the Exit Glacier Nature Center, you have a few options available, depending on how far you want to hike and also depending on your fitness level and your body's ability. Another point of consideration is the time you have available. In our case, with our visit to the sled dog facility in the morning, by the way, if you would like to see that as well, check out our video Alaska Day 11 Part 1 morning. Anyways, the point I am trying to make is we only arrived at the Exit Glacier Center around 2 p.m. or 1400 if you prefer the 24-hour clock like I do. So with us arriving relatively late in the day and it being already mid-September with much less daylight than in the summer month, we could not hike the entire trail, which is, by the way, about 8.5 miles or 13.7 kilometers round trip from the parking lot. With daylight being a limiting factor for us and we did not want to hike in the dark, we did not have enough daylight time left to hike to the end of the Harding Icefield Trail. The trail is pretty rocky and steep, much more than that's visible through the camera, or what the camera is really showing. You may see a little bit here, it's kind of a 360 switchback, and I turn around a little bit to look down, so that may gives you a little bit of a perspective where we just came from, as you just can see right now. From the Exit Glacier Nature Center parking lot, you will see a relatively wide and mostly flat trail named Glacier View Loop Trail. If you follow this trail, you will be rewarded with some views of the Exit Glacier looking up the mountain. Walking that trail is an easy hike, and while I did not time it, it should not take much more than 30 to 40 minutes round trip, of course, as always, depending on how many stops you make to take some awesome pictures. If you don't mind, perhaps like, subscribe, share and comment, as this will help our channel grow and make it discoverable for other people as well. With us still having some daylight time available, we decided to hike up to the Marmot Meadows for a better view of Exit Glacier with an overlook of the valley, kind of like you see here, and a little bit of a view of the Harding Icefields above. We are not quite there, so we just keep continuing on our walk. The Marmot Basin is about 1.8 miles or 2.9 kilometers from the parking lot for a total round trip of about 3.6 miles or 5.8 kilometers. The trail is not all on flat ground anymore, as you can just see here, and you will climb about 1200 feet, that's roughly 370 meters in elevation gain, and the trail again is steep with some rocks and boulders to navigate, as you see in this video. Once you reach the Marmot Basin overlook point, you will be rewarded with a view of the side of the Exit Glacier, as well as a view looking over the valley below. Some of the pictures in this video we did take at the Marmot Basin location on this Harding Icefield Trail. As you see in the video, the glacier is getting pretty close. On the very top, by the way, that's where the Harding Icefields are, and this Exit Glacier is an outflow from the actual Harding Icefield. Now here a little creek left to pass, and we are getting actually very close to the Marmot Basin lookout. And we are there, just around the corner. You see the nice rainbow down there. There was a little bit of rain slowly starting to move in, so I'm just doing a slow turn, not to get you dizzy here, and give you a little bit of a 180 view from left to right. You see another little glacier, or the Harding Icefield up there with the meltwaters coming down, and then you end up crossing some of the creeks and rivers as we did on the way up. You also can see the raindrops showing up on the camera in the sunlight here. That's what gives us the nice little rainbow we've just looked at. And here's a fantastic view of the actual glacier itself. We did take some great pictures, and they are coming up right here from this location and this viewing point. Here we are. We made it up to the glacier, as you see in the video. A 4.5 mile climb, having a little bit of a snack here, a granola bar, so to make it back another 4 miles, so it's about 8 to 9 miles round trip. And as you can see, some of it is pretty steep and rocky, but definitely worth it. Check out this view. Now our understanding is this glacier goes all the way up, we see a little piece there, and down on the other side, so it's absolutely humongous. So excellent. What else can I say? Wonderful day. Okay, downhill we go.
I'm gonna try to go without.
In front of a rock. I don't know what else to say. As we are on our return back, I would like to give you a little bit more information. If you want to make it further up the trail, depending on time and other factors, I will give you an idea about them as well. The next stop further up the trail would be the top of the cliffs lookout point, which is another 0.9 miles or 1.45 kilometers further up from the Marmot Basin where we were just at, and it's another 800 feet or approximately 245 meters in elevation gain. The trail is steep and rocky to get to that point though. From the top of the cliffs, for the final stretch of the Harding Icefield Trail, leading you to the end of the trail, that's what it's called. And by the way, I think there is an emergency shelter up there as well. It will be another 1.7 miles or 2.75 kilometers and 1100 feet or 335 meters in a further elevation gain. From up there you have a great view of the Harding Icefield, the Exit Glacier, and of course the valley below.
Very good.
As with any hike, please ensure you have the right gear with you, starting with proper shoes and enough water. Be aware of local wildlife and know your capabilities, so you don't get yourself into any unnecessary trouble. In the meantime, we take a couple pictures and we just made it back to our cabin at the campground, and as you can see, it's already starting to get dark, so we didn't really have that much time to spare to make it back in daylight. With that, I'm going to say now good night, but as always, it doesn't take much, and it is already the next day, so a good morning again. And as we clean up the cabin, which was home for 3 nights in Seward, Alaska, we will head out shortly and start day 12 of this Alaska adventure. With that being said, thank you very much for watching my videos. Any feedback and suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments, and you will see me again next week in another video.